Episode 5 of All of Us Are Dead begins in the hallway with our bathroom quartet leaving. Jung Hari has her bow and arrow and goes full on shooting down the infected. Although their group have not given up hope, those inside the broadcasting room are on the verge of doing just that. Namra notices the helicopters in the distance and despairs that they are never going to be saved. The Korean government make a massive decision and quarantine the entire area of Yosan and declare martial law. Although Onju's father managed to make it to safety with others, this decision from the government turns the common people against those in Hyosan. Crowds gather on the border, desperate to try and escape, but those outside have grown hostile and begin pelting them with eggs and holding protests. Meanwhile, Jungsen survives his knife attack thanks to some lucky plot armor. The handle of the knife is what strikes our protagonist, and he rushes into the library to escape. Unfortunately, Guinam is not far behind, and the pair fight atop the bookshelves. Jungsan eventually throws Guinam down to the infected, stabbing his eye and leaving him to his fate. Jungsan does eventually manage to make it out the library and is saved at the last second by Hari and her arrows. With social media bound with rumors and numerous ill theories on top of martial law, the government decided to cut off all communications from Hyosan to the outside world. They are on their own now. The government promised to use their resources to save as many as they can, but with no way to communicate, signals dying all over town, and Jungson's captured phone on a measly 6%. Things don't look good. The group inside the broadcasting room decide to stop twiddling their thumbs and actually take some action. Specifically, they are going to formulate a plan to save Jungsun. Junyoung and Onju team together to find a drone and use that to locate him. With the operation a success, the drone begins flying. Using the camera mounted on it, they see firsthand just how widespread the infection actually is. They don't notice Mijin and the others in the infirmary, who slip out and jump down to the dumpsters on the ground floor. In doing so, they narrowly miss the drone which whizzes up. The group decide to take the drone further outside the school where they find cars smashed up, including Jimin's dad's truck. They head in for a closer look, where her parents have been infected. The drone eventually loses battery and tumbles to the floor. In town, Jake makes it into Cheongsang's mother's chicken shop. There they find the baby on the seats and the infected Hisu still by the door tied up. The baby is still alive and Jake immediately sets to work trying to find some milk to stop the rate of dehydration. Meanwhile, Onjo's father and the rest of the group are taken to an island holding a private prison. This is a quarantine zone designed for the survivors of Hyosan. They are being kept there and need to surrender all of their personal belongings. That includes the congresswoman too, who is forced to follow protocol. The wait time is between 12 to 72 hours to be seen, and right now they are being kept behind bars. Only they are not alone, other survivors are there too, all huddled up together like cattle. We then cut back to the library. Guinam is still alive and not actually infected. According to Byung-chan's overlapping narration, it appears the cells as part of this virus have evolved and mutated to such a degree that they have become sentient. So with Guinam, he is basically infected but a super zombie of sorts. With a bleeding eye and a red-hot vengeance, he remains fixated on finding Jungsun.